Cek. Tes. Ada. Welcome. Kayak live sekarang bakal lama sih. Pagi mungkin. Guys. Ke depan boleh ya? Kayaknya enggak ya. Kita bakal lanjutin quest apa? Quest siap. Kita lanjut ini guys, quest Alcon.
Witness my magnificence!
Sini, hilang ke sini.
Whoa, this place is packed already! No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but...
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll... Come on, let's find a spot with a good... Let's go somewhere higher up.
Yes.
Warriors of NATLAN, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is NATLAN's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
gonne. Mana? Yeah.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flame.
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The boat...
Your wild guesses are misplaced.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Why would the YUP recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of NATLAN? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of NATLAN, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
Dang, aura. Auranya sih.
It's true. If she wasn't revived, it must... Maybe the YUP interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, we don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero, however. The failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate to prevent further casualties. I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should... So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of NATLAN, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attack.
If we compare the two choices, the former Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kenichi, I dare say it's not as simple.
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I...
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice others.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the... I understand your anger, Mualani. But I hope that provided some clarity, at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let my...
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been without the chance to fight the Abyss. Pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease. And
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something. Staying there for a short period of time, your sense of self will be devoured. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go...
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return.
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can.
So much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first... I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
That's more like it. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot spring. But don't worry. This talisman means a...
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire.
You're right. Even now, the production of the gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted as things stand. The pilgrimage is a loss. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan. And
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense... If I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question...
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the feet. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last.
You mean...
Yes.
Apa tuh?
sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the... So until our heroes are ready.
But that could only last so long. I think...
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyeb have already embarked on their destined path. It is all we can do is...
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not...
If not me, then who? No other is capable. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of NATLAN. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled,
Gila coy.
what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean, but it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for NATLAN. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Bolong sok. Bolong. Kabur sih.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Oh. Malam. Bangun lagi, Ming. Malam.
Are you alright, Archon?
Sorry. Lagi fokus.
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about NATLAN?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis, but I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're...
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of...
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. Kenichi, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should...
Of course. I'll head out right now.
Yes. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Apa nih?
Is everything okay, Ark?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She would...
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head...
Okay, let's just keep...
Chaska.
Please.
Nice to see you again, Wyna.
Usop.
I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get...
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the...
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you battle is unpredictable.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna. But if the price of maturity...
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? Life isn't complete without taking risks.
It's nothing. If you're that determined.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chuck?
Oh, Chaska's a peacemaker, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river, in that sense. The stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior, and he's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek.
Bichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at...
Thank you.
Good luck.
Sana.
Full throttle!
Oh, iya. Setuju. Atau ini tuh. Kayaknya di atas deh. Guys. Vicama.
Try and stop me!
Someone admiring the scenery. Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? No. If you really think about it, anything.
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. I'll help you. But I do have a small... After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friend.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're...
Yes. But I'd rather not get into it, if it's all the...
That's not a problem.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at this? I see. From what I can tell, once the connection is established, the Abyss will...
Wow, you got all...
I just picked up a... I'll go find an open...
We'll go right away.
First,
Wait, are you saying you're going to...
by creating something
Oh, I see.
Right. I need one... Normally, you can only get obsidian...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's... Oh, and you can send...
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Linus...
I appreciate it. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so...
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more Hang on, Kachina. Hello. Do you
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole stuff?
Oh, the whole thing?
Deal.
Wait. Real...
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right. That's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Vichama mentioned.
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything...
I know, it's just... Kachina always...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady.
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here. Here you go. How's he doing?
Do you know what happened?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an... 5 years ago, they both emerged trapped on the eve of battle. The Abyss...
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing... Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. but it's possible he chooses to blame himself. I've tried convincing him to move forward. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds. Anyway, that's...
Mana ya? Di atas. Sini. Di sini berarti. Nah, ini mah di bawah. Set.
All right.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name. Go ahead. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by... If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have always blamed myself for what happened.
But that happened several years. The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom.
Okay.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
All right.
Ooh, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
All right. Letting great names echo! Light it up! Light up the blazing sun!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long! We're getting close!
All right.
Vichama!
Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss...
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power...
Hanging in there?
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from this...
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Molly.
Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Dihancurin.
Ouch! What happened just now? You look like...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof.
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was... And now... It's too late to save him.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just get...
Huh? What's that in your...
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. God,
not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not...
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right, maybe you're right. Vichama, don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that... a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But... it'll...
A deeper pain?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know...
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant, but I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed that way, even if the outcomes... There are critical junctures in life, and if you... That's something I had to learn in...
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find her.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of... Thanks to her, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should... Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two.
Ada peningkatan nih. NPC NATLAN.
Koichi? What are you doing?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Tosca for...
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Adiknya.
Koichi, Jaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, she was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the Cuckoo Source. Wherever they went,
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine.
well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was
Ah, I remember those days. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
That's partly my
Oh, I get it. No wonder.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from.
All right, it's just the two of us now.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something like a trip to the Night Kingdom, if that's not a level 4...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing it.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but...
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous...
All right, whatever.
You... What do you mean, anything else? Why don't...
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
But the person you become when you lose control...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their...
I've also told you that managing your condition is
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go? No matter...
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have...
Chaska... So, that's it. Why'd you...
Wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact... It's not my place to get involved.
Thank you.
Anytime. According to Kinich, it's an important...
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here.
The Spirit Speaker Stone might be...
Huh? I see. Sounds like it would... Still, Seat Lale's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken... Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
Balik ke sini.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you, still. All you need to do is focus on your...
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however...
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known...
Archon, I'm sorry about before.
You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her...
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is...
Whoa. I've never seen this place before.
It looks like there are items from every tribe.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts, and physical items do a far better job of preserving... Now, I still have some... If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about...
Alright, we'll have a look. Hey, there's a fishing rod here.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matava. He and I met in a tavern. He told in his eye...
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he managed to kill the fish, but can a fisherman claim victory?
Well, Paimon think...
That was my answer as well. In the end, he didn't want his tools...
Wait, that means you also...
Maybe we can go ahead...
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions, and the association was... And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for...
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, he would often wear this
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it off... There are so many jars...
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she took the tools you see here, the contents of the...
Ooh, must be some...
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although... The powder still needs some time to settle. So let's wait. Well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah! If each item represents a different story, seems like NATLAN's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient name. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way take out a portion of that journey. The future is this. Of course, that... Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often we forget the past, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of NATLAN across countless to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man, no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, He used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of NATLAN. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of the.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are real. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing that it really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's...
It's all right. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just got. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a blanket and eat. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians who were raising my sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. Anyway, that's enough about me. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, ancient name, to your fated bearer.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to...
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and almost killed me.
Boleh bang. Taruh di sini ya.
The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help.
Drop aja ID.
The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't
Drop
need
aja
to
bang.
worry about me.
Bang K2X.
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. No, you're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of NATLAN. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll...
I'm really scared still. I don't want you to put yourself...
All you need to do is place your trust in us. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits, Nick.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount—
I know.
Alright, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very that face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another arc—
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much— Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't—
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Mana bang? Sini bang. Baik dia. Masih ada tak? Aku ketik di sini. Takut kebaca. Mana? Oke, di situ. Ambil minum guys, bentar. Guys. Sekali lagi.
All right. Let's ride.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, NATLAN was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
All right. Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Plenty.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of NATLAN's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
So, those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy. Rise of the sun!
Teamwork is strength!
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Let's ride!
Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Light of the blazing sun!
Strike a pose! Let the world collide! Go in!
Let's light it up! Alright. Hear the echoes of the valley! Yeah.
Alright.
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate!
Everybody stand back!
Alright.
Let me brave names echo! Show a new thing!
Wrath of the sky!
is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up.
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. If this was the real world, we'd have...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility is not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! Attacking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until it's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Even after all, under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Either in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Let the mountain veins boil! That's right! Pyroclastic surge!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering off. It's too dangerous.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably...
Don't scare Paimon.
I heard it too. It was...
What did it say?
It doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too. Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
Oh ini. Kasih nah cuy. Bantu. Malah pusing. Cepat.
We're here, Kachina. Oh, honey.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these...
Good idea. Let's... Get down!
May I present?
Letting great names echo! Breath of the sky!
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Wyap's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wyap with me? I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyap of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyap. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyap can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyap can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyap to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too... No, just up ahead. I'll leave the...
Listen to me, Gxstian. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyap. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit.
All right. The sooner we get this done...
We've already come all this way, so we might...
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss Monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal. Return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything. You're a true hero.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malco.
No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyatt? Wyatt! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyatt? Can you hear me? Wyatt?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyatt from answering our calls. Alright, get ready everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Mel?
He would have dispersed with or without me. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be
yapping.
No. I thought this naive little girl was... That is the ancient... The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Melanie. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. But you also couldn't be more right.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down, the power lies not in the... but in our commitment to upholding that ideal. And in our...
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you...
There aren't many in NATLAN who can beat us when we're together.
Right here! Get down! Carving waves! Right here!
What he gets for underestimating you two. Fantastic work, Kachina! Absolutely fantastic! This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? What's happening?
Warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of NATLAN.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save NATLAN from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with the gaze of all NATLAN. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Gede banget ya.
What's wrong? So many memories. So that's what happened.
What do you mean?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now.
And we can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here. I know bits and pieces, but I had no...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Okay, that should be enough. Why up? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina. My dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that, a name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents.
Thank you, Wayab.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it's time for you to leave this place. Go now, my children. Save NATLAN on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wayab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on? Earth?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to...
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Ada chestnya kak, ambil chestnya. Aduh, ada chestnya. Pecah.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
Oh my god.
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick, through the middle.
We go. Yes.
You've done well. Now come home.
Ditinju. Gila, gila, gila. Gila ya. Keren.
We're back.
No, I guess.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan.
I'll let her explain everything. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate...
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. NATLAN is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, NATLAN never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disaster, and still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum, but at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory. Our civilization was dying. Our fate, if we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up.
So that's what happened. After finding Gachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always... A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power. But, as we all know, NATLAN doesn't have gods like that. We can only... A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes.
Wow.
We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the NATLAN of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe the chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our...
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your... After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to...
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been... The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Gachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until... That's also why I haven't been able to take...
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina,
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to... NATLAN's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought...
Huh? Oh, right! Oh!
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make... After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. And Mualani has an important... In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose. Fuel.
Fuel? So back then...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly... Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being on their own. Each item's power is... By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon, if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan...
Even when you put it that way...
There's no need. The people and the events of the past are not... If you still have regrets, let your deeds will become new legends and nurture new...
Well, we'd still like to return...
Well, if that's the case, just now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victor... We can all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone...
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worry? All right. You should head out.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen. They attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as it's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, even when they cause trouble. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior one day, but are no longer in fighting form. I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning. My rage will never know absolution, but you came to me because you knew you could I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we owe. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For NATLAN.
For NATLAN. For NATLAN.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes, even across time. We will all do our part to fight.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, Sid. Seriously though? Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't... Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For NATLAN!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight.
Who will be the one to...
We are the inheritor, those who grew alongside, those who forged our own destiny and future. That is NATLAN's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
All right.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. But, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Katrina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just...
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so...
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip.
Yeah, she was super helpful.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked?
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might...
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works anyway. I'm just glad you were able to make...
What? Do you really have to go there?
No way. Shaska never opens up. I appreciate the understand. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Drink. Hey, the weekend. Hey, I'm a motherfucking star boy.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a...
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild. So I stopped to when he insisted on repaying the favor. What was...
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure,
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon...
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about...
Our team cap...
To my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and her companion Paimon are some of the strongest people they've agreed to let me learn from them. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayon-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon figure out they too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them.
Well said!
I'll drink to that.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachi?
To be honest, it's a bit of... Well, you better get used to it. Next up, Hey, please don't make fun of...
Ah, you're here.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away, because the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone, you could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe. Still, it was an impressive achievement. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret, and this is a war. And there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their... The people of NATLAN look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see...
Yeah, doesn't that mean...
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many... Even if the future ends in destruction, and it's precisely this is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey...
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in NATLAN are... The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a problem.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize...
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness. As for you, I must confess, I did not...
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Suara Kinich. Atau siapa? Masalah aja. Break dulu.
How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... Not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
Lanjut.
Things have been looking really rough for NATLAN lately. There are more and more commissions from the Adventurers Guild than there are.
It's rare to meet Traveler, anyway.
Oh, we actually ran it.
Yeah. The Abyss has left...
Just waiting around won't do us any good. Let's go and see if there's anything we can do to help.
We should take a break after all that running around. Yeah, let's rest here for a bit.
Don't worry, I always win anyway. Don't worry, I always win anyway.
My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Don't tell me I
Nggak
blew it
kelihatan ya.
this time.
Give up. Hesitating will do you no good.
Nice.
Don't worry, I always win anyway.
Must choose carefully.
Give up. Hesitating will do you no good.
Don't worry, I always win anyway.
I must choose carefully.
How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
Give up. Hesitating will do you
Don't
no
worry,
good.
I always win anyway.
Must choose carefully.
My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Don't tell me I over. Bring it!
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been...
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventure. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far.
All right. Thank...
Hi, Catherine, it's us! Got any new commissions?
You two have come just in time. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, so the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces. Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information, rather than running around and trying to tackle everything. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days.
So that's the plan! Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Paimon knows that! It's not like Paimon just wants...
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became... Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal...
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Gak ada kuncinya aja.
Huh? Is that the Traveler and Paimon? Hello, hello! Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now? Yep. Now really isn't the time to stay home and recover anyway. I heard that the Pyro Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the more remote area. Don't think I haven't heard about all the things. Oh, by the way, Shilonin told me that she was ordered to forge you an ancient name. She said that she's all set, and we can.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonin, the legendary forger of ancient names!
Shilonin is a true master. She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate. So you usually, well, I've already signed up as a warrior. So all I have to do for now is wait for my. She wouldn't turn me away, right? I mean, what?
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
On second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump. Shilonin, I brought the person who needs an ancient name. She's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from her. I can vouch that she's really worthy of a hero.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in NATLAN not too.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just...
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Archon didn't tell?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge... And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Are you...
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to... Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my... But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even rich. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just...
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone.
Malika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off.
You mean you're already...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of our plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special...
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. If we can talk to her again, maybe we...
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. Plus, considering the unprecedented nature... I don't know. We need to find a consultant who's...
Oh, we've heard that name before. A person who can make something like that must...
Still, she's old. I've heard that to get her...
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean...
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirits. Huh?
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hope I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention—
Oh! Let's ask Kanich to deliver the letter. Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's—
Alright, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust it.
Great! Then I'll go
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can—
Sounds good! We'll take a stroll in the—
Let's ride. Off we go.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just—
Dari suaranya.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the—
Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes! And then Moalani's, the Pyro Archon, explained everything when we came back from the— Right! She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been—
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us.
Oh.
See, Lolly knows— Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's gotta be pretty far out.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one to notice Aurora—
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help—
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speakers down.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan, as expected of Molly Poe Kanich. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you.
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as well. There's still a few things I need—
Okay, then let's part ways for now.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
Adventure time.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have, bad news. See, Lolly did not reply.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanich a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there.
That's true. Let's go!
Asik ya musiknya.
All right.
Paimon buddy. Seems she's just not gonna show up.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of... The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Ada orangnya.
You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Seatlali.
Wait, you're Seatlali? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. Oh, wipe that look off your face. You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake.
Paimon... What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seatlali.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. But... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story.
Huh? What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
When the Masters of the Night Winds say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual.
Anyway.
Correct. The situation...
I see. So, and you've also heard all about Auroron.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging...
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good... Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were...
Isn't that kind of...
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos and...
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you—
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the—
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve—
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all—
Sounds good! Then we'll go and see Lolly to—
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so—
Yep, we'll be sure to—
Alright, now it's time for us to catch that— Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his— And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that didn't—
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and—
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in NATLAN, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But—
You can count on us!
Alright, then let's—
Let's ride!
This is— An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking— I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying— however, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in NATLAN? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole— Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't—
Oh, right. I forgot your— here. Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it.
That's right. I used a spell to temper it.
Wow, you can even share your senses with him?
It requires a very rare spell that— When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great— Anyway, we'll need—
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this smell of hers is really something.
What? What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their faces just... Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Huh? Was that Seat Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah? Judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it's definitely...
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here.
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. We've got to find him. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have... no. I've got to be careful.
Let's ride!
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and...
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
Huh. It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here, judging from what's left on the scene.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before?
Given there are two signals... I'll take this direction. Roran, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat.
And out she goes. Traveler, did you hear all that as well? Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. So you were thinking the same thing. Huh? She did say that she was quite... If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner... Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell where Auroran might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right?
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from... I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals, and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fetui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fetui. I'm afraid my friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here. And I who used the Master's ritual to... I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in NATLAN, I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of it.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly...
Hey, why are you
See, Polly! She froze for a...
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were...
If you're feeling sick, you should just sit...
A seasoned traveler must know the important in any case. Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Let's ride!
All right. Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light.
Huh? Okay, Miss...
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's...
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper.
Are you on my You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against! Everybody stand up! Imagine flames boil! Let's rock! Light up a blazing sun! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Looks like I went too far.
Auroron!
Granny!
I know she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not?
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he?
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Give it.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to...
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from... Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid?
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about NATLAN's terrain and made me draw a map.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with...
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their...
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny! Would they Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious... Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Aurora?
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables?
Your... vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden.
Now's not the time to be...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No!
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his...
We'll give her a full report.
Will I need to state?
Technically, yes. But
Sure. I'd be...
understood.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too.
Well, at least you won't
Traveler, Paimon? Once Auroron is settled.
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, come with me, Auroron.
Goodbye, other granny.
We're finally done. Alright, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? That captain?
Basic banget siapa ini?
Sorry. Paimon just did. Oh, that Aurora. All that stuff about protecting Seat Lally and being for. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you. We still have another whole day before the.
Let's ride!
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you,
I'm terribly sorry. It's just...
and what's with you apologizing all the time?
You're right. Granny tells me that too.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks, rather than facing you as an enemy. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you,
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, I may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available.
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its whether this stems from hesitation, fear, my fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until we have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch bunch of scary stuff, isn't it? Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the gnosis for the Tsaritsa plant?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save NATLAN remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something's rapidly approaching. Oh.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tool. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh?
I'm not trying to avoid...
Oh! And now you're talking back!
I'm sorry, Granny.
You! That's it! Where are my tools?
Wait, Lolly! Please, calm down. So, maybe just save the scolding for...
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. You're right, Traveler. Let's... Let's ride! In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to... You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just...
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me?
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything you say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can...
Who's Aoife?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that
seems they've started talking.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you...
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save NATLAN.
Damn.
So
Bisa gitu.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the
What just happened? How is...
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect NATLAN, then can't we work together?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with Auroron. Probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him.
quite a long walk back.
Jam berapa ini? Setengah 3. Kayaknya udah dulu deh. Lanjut nanti guys. Ngantuk sih. Oke, lanjut nanti. See you on the next